pissed off, you won't soon. I'm fighting for my soul, God, get at your boy. You try to go God, fall back, I go hard. On this lonely road, trying to make it home. Doing it by my lonesome, pissed off, you won't soon.
I see them long, hard times to come.
All right, we are up.
We're up. We're back.
We're up. You get everybody taken care of for dinner?
Yeah. 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 Not enough time in the day. Never is, right?
Yeah. Gets going a little crazy sometimes. Oh, I'm going to shoot you this picture real quick. Since, we didn't get a chance to kind of set anything up.
Why would we do that?
I don't know. I've been sitting here since freaking 6 o'clock. I hopefully I figured out my my audio. Hopefully it's louder, because it's been pretty low. So I'm hoping I got that part figured out. I don't know if it. Oh shit! Mike almost fell off.
Or what?
Yeah, I sent you a text.
Oh, it didn't show up yet.
If you could read my chicken scratch, because I just took a picture of it, but it should be good. It should be pretty good. Did it come through?
Nope.
Oh, good Lord. Oop-de-oop. That's how we roll.
Yeah, I still don't see it. That's funny.
Oh, my goodness. Anyhow, well, you can just wing it then. So I got... Make sure we're up there. Oh, whoop, that's awesome. That's awesome.
What happened?
You'll see. Oh, go away. You see the screen, right? I sent you the screen, so you got the screenshot.
I saw something up there, but I don't know what I'm looking at.
Well, I know, but you could see when I share stuff. And this is why we need to have a couple minutes of together time.
Yeah. Oh, I knew we did. I was getting some insider info.
Excuse me.
I was trying to be the crack reporter.
Right.
Oh, here's something just beeped.
So anyhow, let's first start off with our awesome weekend that we had.
Yeah. Oh, this almost looks like my list.
It is, but I had to write it down, so we both have the same thing. Because I don't have some of the stuff I don't have up, so it's gonna be funky anyhow. But so yeah, our fishing weekend didn't quite go to plan. I don't know if you all saw our Instagram post, but in short, it went to shit in the handbasket real quick.
Yeah.
Although you did get to take the journey across the Snake River.
Yeah.
So that.
Yep, I did. That was. Oh, and well, you'll see when I finally get the video sent over to you from the GoPro, but I forgot to even tell you about this part. So I did a thorough wave check, if you will. Or a roller check.
Oh, to see how it felt out in the middle with the big waves?
Well, no, I wasn't intending to see how it felt. I did not have a choice in the matter. If you remember that,
it's pretty damn.
That loud boat that we heard coming. I was like, not sure what these things do in nice rollers like this, but we're about to find out.
right? So we had Brian. Brian took out my other ultra skiff this weekend, and we were skiffing it, and we went out. We went out to the Snake River, and he caught a little tiny thing off the bank as we were putting in, and then he caught another one as we were heading out towards the river. And so we decided to go to this one spot over off the Snake, and we got out to the river, and the river's still flowing. It's flowing. It's going way too fast. But we thought that if we hugged the bank, we'd be good, and so we drifted down and hauled ass down to what was that, half mile?
Yeah, probably.
Probably about a half mile. And we came back out to go back to the spot where we thought we might catch some fish, and the little motor I have on that other ultra skiff's only a 46-pound thrust, and he was just going nowhere.
Yeah.
he was going nowhere. And so we decided that the best course of action is to let him go with the flow and end up at a park in a different city, and I'd get back and load up and come catch him. And so he had to go across the Snake River with about 6,000 walleye boats out there. I'm sure that's what they were fishing for, is walleye.
Yeah.
And
I had to go to the alternate extraction location.
plan B, but we did have a plan C in place too if he overshot that landing zone. That
We did. I don't remember getting the plan C.
yeah, remember I told you, I said if you overshoot it, just head to Two Rivers and I'll pick your ass up there.
Oh, I don't remember hearing you say that, but that probably, yeah. I probably would have come to that conclusion on my own, I'm sure.
But I don't know. You know what? Tell you the truth, I don't know how that would have worked out, because you would have stayed with that flow as soon where the Snake, where we live at, the Snake and the Columbia River merge, and so you probably would have came into the Columbia River, and then that would have just shot you out. I had to go pick your ass up over at McNary Dam or something. Like you wouldn't have stopped till you got to Boise.
Not to interrupt you, but we actually have our first live comment.
Oh, nice.
From somebody.
Well, you got it up. I don't have it up on mine.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyhow, we did that and sent him across there, and just as he's going across, a big old boat came by. But so how did it do in the wake of that big boat that came by you?
Oh, it was pretty good. It got a little bouncy, and I don't know that it quite came over the bow, but
Yeah.
it was it was all right. I was just more worried about getting ran the heck over.
That's what I was worried about too, but
As you saw me quickly don my bright orange NRS Chinook.
right. I would have been standing up too, make yourself a little bit bigger, but no, those things are very stable. I mean, hell, you can see the videos from that Ultra Skiff put out, and they're out in the damn ocean. So, and then a couple of guys own one out of Idaho. I don't know if you've seen that video yet, but they took it down the Snake River in the rapid area.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah, they put 2 oars on it, and that old boy came tearing down that freaking rapids like he was in a raft. I don't know what the stage was, but it looked like a stage 3 rapid to me. But yeah, it's pretty cool. They do pretty good in that. I wouldn't be worried about that. I wasn't, but no, we got him picked up. Met a couple kids out on the dock. They were fishing, and I let them. While I was loading up, I let them throw a couple of my rods and reels, see what they thought of those, and a couple of nice kids. And
I should say I kind of like throwing your rods and reels.
yeah, because every time I say, "Here, check this out," you always off the bank. You always bring one in. Like I don't even get to pop my own cherry. I feel that. I'm not going to say it. You made me lose my track of mind here. My thought process. But no, so our fishing weekend went to crap in a handbasket. It wasn't good. The one spot we tried, there was nothing in there except mud and weeds. And I think we're both in agreement. If we would have tried the bank, run along the bank of the bridge there, I think we would have done good. I think we would have got a couple. I think we would have got a couple smallmouth out of there. Definitely. Or even just run back inside the cove and beat that. But by the time I got back there was like 8 or 9 vehicles already on the bank.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. There was even a semi-truck. A semi-truck was parked there, and that old boy got out with a fishing pole.
Yeah, well, you definitely this coming weekend want to, you're going to want to be somewhere not close to bank fishermen, because I was just seeing somewhere that next weekend is
Free fishing.
Washington weekend. So
there's going to be poles and bullets swinging by you real quick. Hey, try and put your mic up too closer, because I got a lot of echo.
Not loud enough for
too
far away.
No, it's very loud. I'm just getting it. It sounds like you're in an echo room for some reason.
Oh,
which
yeah,
I didn't.
This room's probably not very acoustically sound.
Yeah, no, it was fine last week though, but it's good.
Is that better?
No, it's
still bad.
Yeah, it's still bad, but it's fine. It's not bad. It's just echoey, but it's fine. It'll work for what we do. Hell, we probably only got like 2 people listening, so.
Oh, there's 3 watching now.
Hey.
Somebody else.
Nice.
Tackle Boys is on there. I'm not sure where they're from, but they said they went out as well. Rivers were still high. Yes, the rivers are very high.
I think those boys are out of Texas.
Huh.
I think they're down south. Because I remember watching a couple of their videos. I think the rivers are high everywhere. I don't know. It's weird. Fishing's weird right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I've only caught 1 fish in the last month. I haven't really gone out, because every time we go out, there's always an issue or something, but still haven't really done much on that part of it. So there's our weekend in a fold. Sucked. Like I said,
a little bit of fishing.
Like I said, fishing for us seems like it's like buying a lottery ticket. You get that lottery ticket and you're all happy, and you thinking you're already cashing the checks, and you're thinking everything's good, and then it comes to that day we're fishing, and you get kicked right in the ball sack, and all your hopes and admirations go out the window. It does suck for us. So, what you got? Bassmaster up for day 3?
Hold on a second. I had it up earlier. Let me see. I can pull it up real fast.
I saw something where Iconelli's in 4th.
Watch any of it? Yeah, he is. I didn't even get to watch any today. But for sure, I'll be checking that out tomorrow.
And I don't know what BP did. I know he was in 12th yesterday, but
I want to say 8th. I think he made it. What the hell? My Bassmaster page won't load. There it goes. Maybe. It's trying.
Darnell day 3. Let's see here.
Yeah, it is not loading the page for me.
Okay, so let's see here.
Not loading any pages.
Why isn't it? There we go. Leaderboard. Leaderboard. Let's see. Mark Davis is in the lead. Jamie Hartman, Steve Kennedy, Mike Iconelli in 4th. Dean Rojas, David Mullins, Kevin Van Dam, Brandon. He made 8th. Let's see here.
Kevin Van Dam, I think, was leading after day 2. And he fell.
Yeah, he got 12 pounds today.
Yep.
As a matter of fact,
look at Iconelli. Look at day 3, dude. Iconelli.
Yeah, he tore it off pretty good with 18 pounds.
Yeah, he did.
Almost 19 pounds. So really, from let's see, top 12, 6 pound difference for top 12. So shit, that's anybody's right there.
Right.
That's anybody's. And that'd be cool if BP could knock out another one. Do a repeat. That'd be all right. But he got 14 pounds today, 15 yesterday. And that old boy in first place got almost 20 pounds.
Yeah.
Not very many. There's not very many big bags there, though, is there?
Mm-mm. It is close. I mean, yeah, that's close enough. It could be interesting tomorrow. So
Yeah,
I should be able to watch the second part of Bassmaster Live. I should be able to see that tomorrow.
yeah, that'd be.
It's weird. This tournament's weird that it was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday tournament.
They didn't have no weather, did they? Because isn't that why they had to do it last time?
Yeah, no, this one was scheduled that way for some reason.
Hmm.
And if you look up at the top of the page, it says June 2nd through the 5th. I'm not sure why they do it that way for this one.
That's weird. That is weird. Let's see here. Edwin Evers, 16th. Ugh. He had a bad first day. If he would have just had a better, let's see, 13th, 42. That dude in 13th missed it by 3 ounces.
Mm-hmm.
Hackney missed it.
Hackney.
Missed it by 4 ounces. 5 ounces.
Yeah.
Defoe, Edwin Evers. Oh, boy, there was a lot of Jacob Wheeler. 2 pounds.
Yeah, did you see that link I sent you earlier on him?
On
Jacob Wheeler?
I did not. I did not.
Yeah, he's if you look over to the right under trending, the 4th one down.
Yeah.
They do boat tours. Every week or two they do a different boat tour of different.
Oh, yeah.
That was his. He's got the Legend.
Oh.
The Legend V20. Yeah.
Yeah, those are some nice boats. But you spend some money on those.
They're proud of them, huh?
Yes, they are.
Are they Skeeter proud?
More.
They're more than Skeeter proud?
Yeah. Yeah, they are very, very, very proud of them. But then again, it makes sense because, they make that boat. That's their boat right there. And they probably don't have a big, I don't know, how can I put it? They probably don't sell a lot of them like Skeeter does. So Skeeter could, drop manufacturing price because they get, parts cheaper and
right.
they can manufacture it cheaper.
Right.
They're very proud of them. I think a new one. I want to say new ones, brand new ones. They start with a 7. So they have to be in the $70,000 range.
Wow.
Yeah, but they're nice. They're nice. I think a guy out of Idaho selling his Phoenix, a 15 Phoenix. And I want to say that was $48,000.
Wow.
Yeah, an 015 Phoenix. Those are nice boats too. I just wish we had those because every spring we have the boat show here, but they're always family boats. No bass boats.
No bass boats.
So you can't even go out and demo one. But I'd love to go to a place where there's 4 or 5 different bass boats out there, all the way from aluminum to glass to a glitter rocket, and just to see what they feel like, man. Just to have fun in them. But oh well, that's just where we live.
Yeah.
Just where we live. So what happened with for us local guys, the Bass Bonanza in Hood River?
Yeah, Hood River. It's a It is mainly a charity tournament to raise money for Heroes on the Water. It's a kayak tournament, and they do it every year. I think this was the third or fourth year down there,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe I want to say I just had talked to Mike before we jumped on here, Mike Ragland, that from Tri Cities that participated and actually took second place in the. I guess he was seventh place over. So this is kind of like. So to explain this tournament, it's kind of like road racing. For those that are familiar, where you may have 4 or 5 classes of cars
Uh-huh.
in the same race at the same time, but they're not directly competing against each other. It's kind of like that. So in this situation, you had the Oregon Kayak Bass Fishing Club was participating, but not everybody that was fishing was in the Oregon Kayak Bass Fishing Club. So in other words, they had 2 separate results, if you will.
Okay.
So there was like 30 guys. 13 of the 30 were Oregon Kayak Bass Fishing Tournament people. And then, of course, the rest weren't. They were just there to fish the charity event. So when you extracted only the Oregon Kayak Bass Fishing guys and then ranked them, Mike ends up second place. But when you took the tournament as a whole, all 30 anglers, then he said he got 7th place. And the way they run that tournament is it's one fish. It's your single biggest bass. And apparently the guy that got first place overall, I think, was a 19-incher, he said. And they fished where he was at, not everybody, but where Mike fished, most of the people, they were at a place called Government Cove down by Cascade. And the reason why was because, go figure, in the gorge it was really windy.
Of course.
And then, of course, the water flows, as we've already talked about. So they were in that Government Cove, to be kind of secluded from the wind and the current. And I don't know where everybody else fished, and I haven't really seen any official results posted, but that's just what I got from our inside source.
Right. Oh, you know that water's moving there because that comes right off that dam, and it's the dams are fully open right now. I mean, they are just dumping so much water out.
Yeah.
That's nuts. So yeah.
And of course, I would be remiss if I didn't if I didn't note that Mike caught his best fish, which I think he said was a 17-incher for himself, but it was caught on a Cinco.
On a Cinco.
Proud of Mike for throwing the Cinco. Well done.
Black.
Yeah.
Black and blue.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't black. It wasn't black.
Oh.
I think the water was probably a little more clear there, but nevertheless, Yamamoto Cinco. So I'm kind of partial to that bait.
Right.
So.
Did he have it rigged as a Muju, or did he throw it Texas?
He threw weightless.
Weightless.
Weightless. Yeah.
No, that works. Smallmouth or largemouth?
Smallmouth.
Smallmouth.
Yep.
Yeah, one of the days we got to go over to Oregon and fish a couple of those inlets.
Yeah.
That would be fun. We got to do that sooner or later. I just got to get an Oregon license, which I'm kind of haven't done yet. Maybe get a 3-day one or something. Which, well, I guess that will bring us to our Washington State awesomeness of fish and wildlife people. So, as many states are doing right now, they're doing catch limits on bass. That they're not having any catch limits on bass. I know they're doing that in back east
on the Columbia River.
On the Columbia River.
Yeah, I should clarify that. It's not everywhere, just on the Columbia River.
On the Columbia River. Well, or the rivers leading into the Columbia River.
Yeah.
So, it's everything. I mean, let's just say what it is. It's pretty much everywhere. But I know they're doing it back east. I think back in Minnesota. There's like about 4 or 5 different states that are doing it. And so, story came up through our local fish wrap on smallmouth. And this is what I don't get about this story. Here, hold on. Let me do this real quick. So this is one thing I don't get about this story, and I don't know who this guy they were interviewing, talking to and stuff like that. But the Wallula River is very good for smallmouth higher up, but it's also a lot of salmon fishers go up there and everything else.
Walla Walla River.
The Walla Walla River. I thought that's what I said.
You said Wallula.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my bad. Wallula, Walla Walla. We call it what it is. But yeah, there is some good fishing up there. But so this is a pretty long article. I don't know if you guys get a chance, go check out this article on Tri-City Herald website. It's out of Tri-Cities. This one's from the Spokesman Review though, so they picked it up from Spokane. But so here's my opinion on it. That I don't care if people catch fish and take them home. That's each in their own. But there has to come a point in time where, whether or not you call it an invasive species or not, when does that turn from, hey, I caught 40 bass, to, okay, great, you caught 40 bass, but what are you going to do with those 40 bass? When does it come like almost greedy? I don't want to say gluttony, but greedy. And it's stupid. Now, me and you've both launched before, and there's some guy fishing off the bank, and he got a couple on a stringer and stuff. We sit there and go, man, that's like a 3-pounder he got on that stringer. But you and I both know he's taking that home, he's cooking it, and he's feeding his family. So it's like okay, man, yeah, that it would be nice if you would have threw that back so we could catch it and take a picture of it. But yeah, you're feeding your family, so that's whatever. But you see this picture here where this Yahoo got his, that's a big freaking smallmouth in the middle there, by the way. That they have, that many of them, and I don't know. It's a touchy subject. I'm all for the catch and release, and but I understand people that want to take them home and eat them. They're good eating. I don't know. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm kind of the same. Same thought process as you are. That I can understand people wanting to take them also, but this seems to be a lot to do about. I don't know. It's not, to me, it's not like they're doing it for the management of the species of the bass. Like it's not like they're saying, oh, we should let people start taking bass out as much as they want because we have too many. That they're not doing it because there's too many bass. They're doing it because it's related to the salmon.
Right. And if you mess with the all holy freaking salmon, hold on. Mm-hmm. Okay, no, I didn't get struck by lightning. I was just making sure, that, and you're right. I mean, it doesn't. That's where it's kind of weird, But even like in that story, they're like, oh well, it's not a native fish, so we should, we're just managing the fact that these bass will get bigger if there's less of them, and. Mm-hmm. How many lakes have the WDFW killed off bass from to stock it with trout?
Yeah. Well, the latest one the one that stands out in my mind was, I told you about the Badger Lake up by Spokane. Mm-hmm. And from what I had been told and different things I read, there was some nice, huge largemouth in that place, and not anymore.
Right. I'm all for stocking lakes with trout, but you don't need to kill off another species. They're like, well, they eat the fish that we stock them with. Well, good. That's good. Makes them bigger. And
it's not. And you know what? It's not even all of them. You can't even say that. it's because they're eating all of them. I mean, look at a place like Dalton Lake, for example, around here.
Mm-hmm.
That lake is stocked, but it's not because there's bass in there eating them. It's because 50,000 people
Mm-hmm.
look at the stocking schedule and they're out there elbow to elbow,
Mm-hmm.
for 3 days after the stocking. That's where all the damn fish are going.
Right. Right, and that's why they stock them. I mean, they just
Yep.
everybody feels happy catching a 10-inch trout. I don't know, man. It's I know it's a touchy situation and subject and stuff because where we live at, we do have a lot of salmon fishers. I call them fishers. We got a bunch of salmon fishermen, and so I don't know. I could see both ways of it, somewhat. But I don't know. I just don't get the whole.
And here's the other thing, right? Is if you look up I don't remember where you find this information, but I've seen it before. You're not even supposed to eat only a certain amount, right? So these guys catching all these coolers full of fish, I don't even believe you're supposed to be eating that much bass out of these rivers.
I don't know about that part.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Depending on where you take it from.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hey, look at it this way. If you want to sit there and take, Hanford Reach, man. I just said Hanford. You want to go up there and eat a bunch of bass out of there? Hey, if your pee starts glowing at night, you're on your own there.
It's not the 50s anymore. We're not dumping 55-gallon drums of plutonium out there. It's good.
Hey, Magic Mike's in the house. Magic Mike is watching.
I know when I was over in Seattle and everybody's asking me about Hanford and stuff like that, and they just automatically assume that everybody has a third tit on their back or something like that. I'm like, no, you don't understand. Maybe in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, maybe they're doing some shady stuff, but that's because they just didn't know. But no,
Right.
We don't have like a fish with an arm growing out of it or anything like that. But no, it is funny. It is funny. Well, remember that many years ago where they're talking about you don't want to eat any of the fish out of the Yakima?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because it was getting just the
Runoff
minerals,
from the fields and fertilizer and all this
the
other
cow
crap.
the cow farms and stuff like that.
Yeah,
That they're like,
right.
yeah, you don't want to even
Yep.
you don't even want to swim in that river, and
Mhm.
and everything else. But people were still fishing and catching them and eating them and everything. But yeah, I don't know. I'm on the fence with this whole no catch limit on these fish. I know this, that I haven't been catching anything, so does that mean that they depleted all the smallmouth out of here? Or do I just suck?
Well, let's just hope that you're just off right now. I was gonna say, let's hope that in our lifetime that we don't have an issue of showing up one day and go, man, we used to have good bass in this river.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hope we don't have to utter that phrase.
Yeah, because for anybody out there that don't know it, that the Columbia River is probably, what would you say, top 25 bass
Easily.
fishery?
For smallmouth bass,
Mhm.
yeah, easily, if not higher. I would say even higher than that.
It's definitely a destination to come
Yeah.
to go bass fishing for smallmouth.
Yep.
Even walleye or whatever, but we do get a lot of salmon fishers. Fishers. I always say fishers. What the frick? I say fishers. That's all right. That's what I'm going to call the salmon fishers. They're just called salmon fishers for here on out.
Fishers.
They're just fishers. So when I refer to fishers, I'm talking about salmon. Or what do you call them? Slime catchers?
No, they call the trout guys, or I've heard the trout, the slime rockets.
Slime rockets.
Something like that.
We don't slime fish.
Yeah. I know, and people will tell you that you're missing out. But
Oh, don't get me wrong. I if somebody offers me a trip to go out fishing on the Columbia or something like that, I'd probably go with them. I mean, it's fun. I mean, hell, I mean, you're reeling in a big old freaking honk, so.
Well, hey, speaking of I mean, Magic Mike is in here watching right now, and that Magic Mike goes for salmon on his kayak, on his Hobie. So,
Oh, really?
has anyone ever caught a big old salmon on an ultra skiff? You might be able to,
No, but they caught a 400-pound shark.
right? And a grouper,
Grouper.
Goliath grouper,
Right.
Yeah. You could be the first to get the salmon.
I'm not going out on that river. I want a boat and a big ass cooler, and so I can have maybe an adult beverage while I'm fishing for salmon. Because I think that's a lot of things you do when you do fish for salmon is you just sit around and bullshit for a long time until your rod moves.
Well,
I could be
on a
wrong.
boat, suppose.
I could be wrong.
On a kayak, I'm sure you got to be doing some kind of work.
Well, yeah, you got to paddle or kick your feet
Yeah.
and troll. But yeah, I don't know. No, it would be fun. No, don't get me wrong. It would be fun to catch a big old Chinook or something like that, and that'd be all right. I just like I said, you'd have to sit back and chit chat, and you got to really like the person that you're fishing with.
Right.
Because I don't know what you do for the other 6 hours. Everybody I always talk to is, yeah, we caught this big old, 20-pounder or 25-pounder or whatever. I don't know what size they are. I'm just you throwing out a number, so nobody call up and our messages going, there's no such thing or whatever. I don't know. I really don't know. But they tell me all these stories, and we caught one or two of them or something like that. I'm like, how long are you out there for? 10 hours. What'd you do for the other freaking 9 hours and 30 minutes?
Yeah.
We trolled.
Right.
We trolled. Okay. So I'm a pretty
So you don't have the feed pulled up, right? So Mike said, get a kayak and you'll be busy.
Yeah.
It's a rush getting a salmon out of the yak.
Yeah. Oh, I could imagine.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Now that would be the we say in the kayak fishing world, you catch a big old bass, right? They're like, oh, you went on a sleigh ride.
Right.
Like, I'm thinking the salmon, that would be a sleigh ride.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Or how about landing a big ass sturgeon?
Oh yeah, and there's a guy, I can't think of his name. There's a guy I know that does go after those sturgeon.
Yeah, that would be pretty that'd be pretty fun. Because I think those sturgeon, I don't know if they fight. I think they just lay down. Like you're bringing up like a dead tree or something.
Like a log?
Yeah.
Like a big log?
Yeah, I think they fight for a couple seconds and they're like, play dead. And then you're just trying to reel up a big ass sturgeon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it'd be fun. It'd be fun. I mean, if you're fishing, it's fun regardless of how you're fishing or what you're fishing for. So,
Mike says again, you won't get bored. He's caught 3 salmon out of his yak after work in 2 hours of fishing.
wow. Then what does he do with the salmon, though?
Well, he eats them.
I know, but where do you put them on your yak? You just throw them on a stringer?
No, I don't know. Honestly, I'm assuming they probably have some kind of catch bag or something that you stick them in. That'd be my guess.
That'd be drag. It'd be drag.
And we got to remember, he's fishing out of that big Hobie.
Right? That's
He
true.
probably just throws that thing on the...
That's true. So, yeah, that's our little soapbox for the day for catching no limits on bass. But I don't know. Like I said, my stance is that when if you're out there catching them and then you when's enough for you. Like that picture there,
Yeah.
that old boy, the way he talks is he fills that thing up, and hell, he'd fill up his truck if he could.
Yeah.
So.
Well, didn't it say in the article something about, I saw it where they said people would come over from the west side and take home as many as they could get.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they're saying. Because it goes through the Pike Minnow program. Hope to God they don't do that for smallmouth. Put a bounty on them, where you get paid for every smallmouth you bring in.
Well, that's an interesting deal, right? Because think about that. If that was the case, what's that say about what they truly believe, right? Because if there really is this humongous overabundance of bass, right? And if bass are the problem,
Mm-hmm.
and all of a sudden they started up a program similar to the pike minnow, woo,
Right.
that's going to be a lot of money going out, right?
Well, you'd think the bass would eat the pike minnows.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if they started up a bass bounty program
Mm-hmm.
because they're a nuisance in the Columbia River, and if it's true, just say it's true. Say that they believe, which they say they do, that with all these people taking all of these fish, it even says, there's a quote in the story, that they couldn't even put a dent in the bass population. If that's true, and you start up a bounty program, people are going to be quitting their jobs.
Right. Oh yeah, most definitely, especially if they go by
But
the
if
pound.
you don't want to start up a bounty program, then do they really believe that that's the issue, or is it really, once again, all about the salmon?
Well, it's all about the salmon. I mean, that's why they're going after the pike minnows and everything else.
Well, I'm just saying, if they started up a bounty program on bass, then some of us would have a new part-time job.
So right here in that thing it says researchers calculated that a 50% reduction in McNary Reservoir mortality would result in an increase of about 100,000 Hanford Reach fall Chinook adults. And that's talking about the pike minnows. So this thing kind of goes through the thing about pike minnows. So 100,000 more fall Chinook. Which is weird anyhow, because it's like every time you hear something different, it's always like, oh, well, the salmon's closed from this time to this time because there's not enough of them or something like that. And I don't know. I guess maybe I just need to learn more about the whole salmon thing before I really start putting my foot clean in my mouth. But
that's more fun this way, though.
It is. Bass numbers in the lower Yakima River increased from a few last April to hundreds of thousands in May. What? Bass numbers in the lower Yakima River increased from a few. I'd like to really get a hold of this reporter. What kind of reporting is that? A few. What's a few? And now you're saying to hundreds of thousands. So you're saying that these things are like rabbits and that they spawn that quick from April to May?
Right.
What?
Yeah. It's definitely a hot button topic up in these parts. That's for sure.
See, and then they're saying that the walleye numbers near the mouth of Yakima also appear to be increasing, but everybody I talked to that walleye fish, no, I mean, I haven't really heard of anybody catching a shitload of walleye. Huh. Yeah, they say right here, they probably didn't make much of a dent in the Columbia's smallmouth numbers. Yeah, whatever.
Well, and you heard that guy say that. What's the guy? Hofarth, Paul Horvath. You remember we went to that seminar at the track that year in the Sportsman, and he said that. He said that in his little deal when they first started talking about removing these limits. He goes, "Oh, there's millions of bass in this river. They could never put a dent in them." That's what they believe, or at least that's the line that they're toting. Like I said, let's just hope that in our lifetime that we don't have to hear the phrase, yeah, we used to have good bass.
There used to be bass here.
Used to be big.
They're not native to this area, so it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I don't know. And then the one guy they were interviewing, the guy with the cooler, He's like, I hope I can convince a few more people to take more bass out of the Columbia system. I know I've been making a few of my fish-loving neighbors very happy when I come home from fishing. What a fucking douchebag.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, but I mean, all I picture is like somebody just filleting the fish. You know, just I don't know. I don't know. I guess I may be talking out of turn. I don't know.
It's a no-win situation.
It is. I mean, like I said, I don't care if people catch fish and take them home and eat them. Good, man, nice. That's awesome. You like bass, but when's enough's enough for you? I mean, this old boy here got enough fish in that cooler to last him freaking 2 weeks, and you know he ain't eating that every night.
Right.
You gotta have like a commercial-sized freezer to store all these fuckers in there.
Yep.
Don't know. I'm whacking them and putting them in my cooler, he said. There are too many of them. They have a huge impact on salmon and steelhead. I don't know. All right, so what's next? So we'll drop that one because I could sit there and just stew and stir that pot for a long ass time. So so you are going to start a new tournament adventure.
Yeah. So just for trying out something different, I went to a bass club meeting last week for the Columbia Basin Bass Club. Checked it out, and a couple reasons I went to the meeting. One meeting I went to check it out, see what they had going on, and the other reason is they had a guest speaker at the meeting a guy named Don Hogue, who apparently in the bass fishing scene of this region, it probably sounds like he used to be one of the top guys. He actually has fished in the Bassmaster Classic before. I'm not sure what year it was in, but so he's done quite well, at least on the West Coast region and some of the lower levels of bass. And anyways, the guy's got a lot of experience, especially around here on these bodies of water, Columbia River in this area, and so learned a few interesting things about bass behavior and locations of trying to find them, and really informative seminar basically is what it turned out to be. And then of course I was looking into what was going on with that bass club, and I had read some things. I had been looking at them over for the last year or so, and I had read some things about tournaments where they'd have like 4 dudes piled in one boat and stuff like that. So I wanted to inquire about that, and I talked to the guy that runs the program. It's a guy named Ben Haynes, and I said, hey, do you have like a lot more non-boaters or co-anglers than boaters? And he actually told me they have more co-anglers than they have boaters. So long story short, I'm gonna give it a shot with them at their next tournament in a couple weeks. That's gonna be held here on the Columbia River. Mm-hmm. So I'll get a chance to get out there in a boat and check it out.
Right, because that's on the June 17th.
Yeah.
How many people you think they're going to have on that?
I don't know. Just looking at their results, I think they've only had 2 tournaments so far this year, and the last tournament that they had last month was in Coeur d'Alene. They didn't get very many people to go to that one, but their first tournament back in April, it looked like they had they had over 20.
Yeah.
So not sure how many. I'm gonna say they must have had 10 to 12 boats maybe, because I think there were some boats that didn't have any co-anglers with them.
Oh.
So I would guess they would have at least 10 to 12 boats, I would think, for a local tournament. It's a Columbia Basin Bass Club, so most of the members are located here in Tri-Cities.
Right.
So I mean, that's a home game, as a home game you could get for bass tournament.
I'm trying to bring up their website, but it's like slow. I got the spinning earth on there. Just doesn't seem to cooperate. Then again, it may be on my end
Takes
too.
a second. Yeah, I just pulled it up on theirs. So anyway, that'll be interesting. So
right. So how many? So since you're going on a big boat, how many rods and reels you taking?
I'm just taking 5. That's pretty much all I got. I actually went and met with the guy yesterday afternoon. 'Cause I hadn't talked to you since then. And went out to his place and met him and everything, and looked at the boat and talked about different stuff, and shot the crap with him for a little bit. And so yeah, I do have if I can tell it right, I do have a funny story that the guy told me. So we were sharing a couple fish stories, and I don't remember how it happened, but the story about your Two Rivers incident came up with the fish grips.
Yeah.
You remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah, you mean where I let that big ass fish leave with my fish grips in its mouth? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't remember that at all. Dick.
I was telling. And the funny thing is you're not the only one we know that's happened to.
Right. I'm sure it's happened to a lot of people, and they don't want to admit it.
Yeah. So I told this guy. His name's Fred. I told him the story. He starts laughing and he says, "I got one better." I'm like, "Really? You got one better than that?" So he tells the story of this tournament he was at. I don't even remember where they were at, and the boats are pulled up either at the dock or on the beach, whatever location they were. And guys are pulling the bass out of the live wells to put in the bags, right, to go to the weigh-in. And he says, you in a bass boat tournament, you have to learn that, when you pull the fish out of the live well, you have the bag setting down by the seats or even in the floor, right? The lower. Are you still with? Am I still on?
Yeah, you're still on.
Oh, because my screen froze up.
Oh.
I was like, oh crap, I'm talking to nobody. Anyway, so you have the bag down in the floor, right? Well, this guy, I don't know if he's a rookie or what, but he didn't do that. He had the bag on the back deck. So he's reaching, pulling the fish out, putting them in the bag. And so he goes to pull this fish out, stick him in the bag. The fish starts flailing around, and wouldn't you know it, he lost his grip, and that fish went back in the lake.
Oh.
But here's where it gets funny. So the guy was using the coal tags that had the little floaty ball on it.
Mm-hmm.
So this fish is out there swimming around, goes down. Pretty soon he can't stay down. The boat brings him back up, and he's swimming around back down. So yeah, they had to. I guess they had an interesting time getting that fish back.
Oh. They got it back though, or?
Yeah, they got it back.
Oh. Yeah, I wish I could have got that fish back and got those fish grips out.
That was a nice fish too.
Yes, it was. But it wasn't a matter of that. I felt so bad that fish is going to die. Most likely that fish is dead, right?
Yeah, probably.
Because it was the big set of fish grips, and the same thing happened to me too. Is that I was sitting there as I was all bummed and depressed, and about 10 feet away from my boat, that fish surfaced again with those fish grips, because they were those pink ones, those bright pink ones, and I'm scrambling around to get my net out and maybe try and get to it to try and scoop it up, and then it went back down again, and I'm like, oh man, that fish is. I felt so bad. But not no more, because I got a leash on my fish grips now. Those bastards ain't getting away this time. Unless they break the leash, and then that's going to suck even more. But no, that's good, man. No, that should be fun for you. Get out there and learn something, and maybe learn a different technique. Maybe start throwing some square bills.
Yeah, maybe. I don't. Where he was talking about where we're gonna go and stuff, and it will be interesting. So, looking forward to that. Something different. And who knows? Maybe someday in our future will be nice to be teaming up for a tournament out of a boat.
Right.
You never know what the future holds.
Oh,
What the hell are you
I
doing?
don't know, dude. I just totally just screwed everything up here. I have no idea. I have a bright light on, and then to diffuse the white light, I got a piece of white paper on there, so it's not like just
Oh.
totally like right now it's just like totally in my face, yeah, and it hurts my eyeballs. There we go. There we go. Yep, oop de oop. This is the oop de oop
So,
way.
so you had a barbecue to go to today, right?
Yep.
Did you were you able to see the race yet?
Yeah, I watched it, and then I listened to it on the radio when we were going there, and then I know that Numbnuts won.
Shocker. Well, you called it though. I mean, or you picked it anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it was kind of it was a little bit anticlimactic in my opinion as far as, they had the crash, the guys were going into turn 3, and of course the light hadn't come on yet for the overtime rule, and they had passed the halfway point of the backstretch, so yep, Jimmy wins.
Right. Yeah, and
I wish there was a better way to do it, because, yeah, what are you going to do, I suppose?
yeah, no, it is what it is.
I mean, Larson had his chance. He spun his tires. If they didn't have the caution at the end, Larson wins the race.
Right.
I mean, it was just that simple. So,
And I think my driver that I picked for this race would have got me some decent points, because I had Casey Kane picked for this race.
oh, I thought what?
Yep.
Thought you told me you picked Johnson for Dover.
Nope. No, I picked Casey Kane because I didn't want to use Johnson
Oh,
yet.
he got in that crash at the end.
Yes, he did. And he was sitting there top 10 pretty much the whole race, and I'm like, oh, that'll work, man. If he can finish around 10th, I'm happy with that. And I looked at the scoreboard, and he was 17th. But he got 6 bonus points, so hopefully that might help out a little bit. But yeah, no, Jimmy Johnson, man, he was. It's a concrete track, number one, so you put concrete and Jimmy Johnson together, he's going to probably win it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just the way it's going to go. But no, I'm saving him for later on in the season.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know. Truex is who's. It's just mind blowing on what that team's done these last couple of years.
Right.
I mean, really, it's nuts how this guy who what did we used to call him? Junior's toilet paper holder.
Yeah.
That's what he was. Yeah. He was Junior's toilet paper holder. Here you go, Mr. Junior. Here's your piece of toilet paper. And he's tearing it up. I mean, it's.
Well, and that 77 car's actually been pretty strong too.
Yeah. Yeah, well, everybody, they're doing that show this morning before the race, and who's going to get the next win? Because Fuzzy Nuts freaking got it last weekend. So they're talking about the young guns or whatever. Who's going to be the next one to get it? Chase or Blaney or Jones or Suarez, and everybody says Jones.
Well, yeah, and before they had that last caution, it was looking like Ty Dillon was he almost was looking at a podium.
Yeah, you know what's funny about that is that I fell asleep during that race, and I'm all like, when you're watching TV or something like that, you kind of doze off, but you kind of know what's going on, but you don't, and then you wake up and you're like, well, okay, wait a second. So yeah, I woke up and Ty Dillon and Ryan Newman were 1-2, and I'm sitting there going, okay, something's not right here. They're talking about Busch having to take the wave around.
You're thinking, did I miss a pit cycle? What's
that
going on?
So I started thinking about it, right, and that's when we were getting ready to leave, and jumped in the car, and I'm listening to it, and I'm like, okay, honey, something's not right. Did I miss something? Did they have like green flag pit stops like that, and then a caution come out or something? And she's like, oh, I don't know, and then on the radio they talked about that. I'm like, oh, that's the only way that could happen, because Ty Dillon's not going to be up there bouting for the win.
Right.
And they're all, then of course the announcers, even on the radio, they're all stroking him. Oh, Austin did it last week. Ty Dillon's going to get it this week. Oh my God. And I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, shut up, man. There's 50 laps left. This old boy ain't going to win. He got to 48, freaking 2 car lengths behind him.
Right.
Who are you going to take in that battle? The 13 car, that team sucks. It's just filler. But yeah, I was just like, oh my God. But that's racing. Hopefully, let's see what next weekend they're at.
Pocono,
Long Pond.
Yeah.
That is a boring ass race. That is probably one of the boringest races out there.
Yeah, that's one of those that you definitely can spend some nap time on the couch.
Mm-hmm. That's what I usually do anyhow. I get my coffee, I start watching the race, and then I doze in and out and just catch up every time. If I wake up and there's they start talking about a big wreck, I rewind it and go, oh, okay, that happened. But for the most part, yeah, I'm not a big Pocono fan. I mean, it's a cool track. It's a unique track, so I understand why they race it twice, but I'm not a big fan of it. I'd rather see somebody go dump about $5 million in Wilkesboro. Yes, thank you. I'd like to see somebody do some money in that and make that thing cup ready. Let's go do some racing. You want to race? Let's race.
Right.
Bring back Rockingham.
Right.
Let's bring back the cool tracks. I'm tired of these 1.5 mile Borvals, man. They're just not. They don't do it for me. Because then you start putting those tracks in there, because you got Richmond, you got Dover. I mean, Dover's a driving track. Richmond's a driver track. Of course, Bristol and Martinsville. Let's put some more of those tracks in there and let's see them do it. They're all talking about the racing the road course for Charlotte now.
Yeah, that's going to happen next year in the Chase.
I mean, what's funny about that is that like a week ago, Kenny Wallace was talking about that on the radio station, and he's like, how did he put it? He put it like some way. He goes, there is a reason why they just dumped $4 million into this track for that road course. They're not doing it just because they want to make it look pretty so the RVs can run through there. They're doing it for some reason. And then I think it was like 2 days later they announced that the road course is going to be part of the Chase.
Yep. Well, and you knew something was up. Was it a couple weeks before that they did a test with AJ Allmendinger? They had him do a test on it. Because I remember watching Race Hub a few weeks ago, and they mentioned that he had been testing on the road course, but they didn't expand much on it. They just noted that he was testing on the road course. Well, I still don't understand why. I mean, I guess I can understand because it's Charlotte, but man, why would you not? If you're going to add a road course to the NASCAR, why would you not go Dakota? I can't understand that.
Well, maybe they're setting it up this way, though, too, is that, okay, so if we got, because we only have 2 road courses now, so 3 is kind of like an odd number, that maybe they're saying, okay, we're going to do 4 road courses next year, or not next year, but in the next coming years, and one of them's going to be, Circuit of America, and then Charlotte. So they'll have 2 of them coming up. But the problem is that you gotta lose a race somewhere. Somebody's have to lose a race.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with losing like Chicago or Kansas or something. I think they go to Kansas twice, don't they? Chicagoland twice and Kentucky twice.
Yeah, I'm not sure which. I'm not sure which ones, but yeah, they could definitely stand to take one from there.
Yeah, because all 3 of those tracks are the exact same thing. I mean, take one from there and let's put on this freaking Circuit of America.
Yeah.
That would be, oh man, that won't happen in our lifetime. Who knows?
Right.
Who knows? Anything else?
So that was the big boys. You saw I sent you the little link on the Northwest late models.
Yeah.
What happened with them?
Sounds like that one dude Mitchell is his same self, a weapon.
Yeah, well, I mean, I obviously we don't know because we weren't there. We're just reading secondhand information on good old Facebook. As far as, or actually, it was speed51.com.
If it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, it's a duck.
That was doing a new or a near live, they call it. You know, somebody's putting post every couple seconds on what's going on, and of course, yep, or some kind of get together at the end. But you know, the other name of the other party involved, you know, he's not exactly known for. Well, that guy's kind of a weapon himself. You know, Rod Schultz Sr. You know, the Schultzes.
Yeah.
We've been down that road before with that guy. So, and unfortunately, you know, Brittany Zamora sounded like got caught up in someone else's mess. Because she was running third, I believe, at the time, and actually was challenging for second for a lot of the race. So she ends up, I got the results pulled up right here, ends up 10th.
Right, I saw she got 10th, and
It was tough for her.
Schimmel got 6th,
Seventh,
and then the other girl got 5th.
5th, yep.
Yeah.
But, you know, and then the guy that won, you know, I saw people posting, you know, Mitch Klein, first late model win. That guy's been racing late models for good God, who knows how long. So, but, you know, when you scroll down through the list, you know, there's definitely something going on with racing in the Northwest. Because you scroll down the list of those names and, man, it's not really a who's who of Northwest late models anymore.
I only knew a couple of names.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's, you know from the heyday, the drivers that were going and they're just not there.
Well, I think they finally came to the realization that there's just no money. You know, when we started racing, and I think me and you had a long conversation about this. If you honestly can't move up, why would you just spend all your time in? Why do it? You know what I mean? I'm trying
It's
to.
a hobby.
Yeah, it's a hobby.
But it's a rich man's hobby.
Exactly.
Yep.
So why would you keep on spending all that money in there? And you know, especially if you can't progress to that next level. That's what you're striving for. I mean, when you start out in that mini stocks and you're trying to move up, you want to move up. Oh, I want to get into street stocks. I want to get into late model, and you know, and then we didn't really have super late models back then. Right. You know, that's just something that's kind of more recent. But we had super late models. They just weren't called super late models.
You know, it reminds me too of a line that we used to use, and I don't know if you remember hearing this, but we used to say when you'd see somebody out there that was, you know, let's say late 20s or something like that, and they're like, oh yeah, this guy's the next thing, and like, no, if Jack Roush ain't calling you unless you're 14 years old, right? Like I don't like the last one that made it, that wasn't like a 14-year-old kid that got signed as a development driver. The last one that did not follow that plan that we could think of, Greg Biffle. Greg Biffle didn't make it till, you know, later on down the road. And
right.
Yeah. Nowadays you got to be 14. You got to have the promise of a big checkbook behind you, or, you know, they ain't looking at you.
Right. You got to have a wallet in your back pocket that's full.
And I hate to say it, and I really hate to say it for these females, right? Not to, I don't want to come off like a sexist or something like that, but that's been done already, right? That's been done. That's Danica Patrick. Danica Patrick played the female playing with the boys card. It's been done. So you're not gonna make it to the top level in NASCAR playing that. But I'm a female card. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anymore.
Yep.
You know. It's been done. That card already got played.
You're going to have to come in with some talent, and you're gonna have to have the
And
look,
money.
and you're gonna have to have
And
that money
money.
back in you. But if you got those two things there, then at that at the lower development stage, then you should be able to move up. Because I think both you and I both are impressed with Zamora, and the other two, I guess, quote unquote Northwest names, we're not too impressed with. It's like, well,
Right.
great, you finish eighth. You finish eighth, that's awesome. But how many cars wrecked out? And you finished eighth a lap down, so that's not really. You're just lying to yourself. So no, that'd be good if she does do that. You got to have that look, and I mean, what were those two girls' names out there? Everybody was the Cope twins. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh my
Cope
God,
twins.
they're
Remember that?
gonna be the next biggest thing, and their name took them all the way to Busch Car. I'm sorry, Infinity, or whatever the frick they're calling themselves, Nationwide now, whatever.
It's Xfinity now, but I think it was Nationwide then. Yeah, and what happened? You remember what happened? They had everybody calling them weapons. And then even one of them got in a social media war with Kevin Harvick.
Right, right.
Look where that ended up.
Exactly. And I remember when they show up at the track and everybody's like, oh, the Cope twins are here. Who's racing this
Cope
week?
twins are here. Look at that fancy Hall.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look how cute they are. Oh, yeah, they're cute. They take good they take good headshots.
It's an old baseball analogy, right? Just because you look good in the uniform doesn't mean you can hit a 100-mile-an-hour fastball.
Right?
Right?
That's exactly what it is right there. They just, and they're nowhere to be found. You don't see nothing on them anymore. Although Uncle Cope still makes his way into the Infinity racing.
Here we go. You know what? That just reminded me of something. Man, I'm sorry because I know we've ran long, but I gotta bring this up, right? I'm gonna get on a rant here, and you're gonna join in on me because when I say this, oh my goodness, you know what? I try to tell myself all weekend long if I see something or something stands out to me to make a note to myself so I can bring it up on Sunday night and we can talk about it, right?
Right.
So I'm sitting there watching, going fast forward through the Xfinity race, right? And I see this car going by on the TV, this black number 74 car. No sponsor, you know where I'm going.
I know where you're going with it.
No sponsors on it, right? And I'm like, what in the hell? And I'm like, well, wait. I know what I'm about to think, but let me watch the running order come across the screen first. Let me make sure before I comment to myself who's driving this car, because hell, maybe by now they got some young kid in it. Oh hell no, it's still old ass Butch Harmon. How in the hell? How is this dude still running? And no sponsors, right? And garbage. He's like 7 laps down. He's just out there. I don't know what he's doing. I'm sitting there thinking, okay, what does this guy have on somebody? Or did he win some super Powerball that none of us know about?
Right.
How in the hell is this guy still got the money to go out there after all these years? Because we've been watching him for shit. Right?
Right.
How did this happen?
Hey, I tell you what it is that, do you remember, they got new rules for it now, but, because you just can't do a starting park. So that, when Joe Nemechek stopped racing, he actually still fielded a car every weekend. He went out there and he would qualify, because you know him, he's a good qualifier. He would qualify for the race, and he would do a starting park at all those races. I was like, why the frick would somebody do that? They're just wasting money. So I decided to go look at his financials for that season. He made $2.5 million starting park. So think about that. If you can make $1 million in a season and you have a race car, you have parts to make a race car, you just got to put new bodywork on for the rules and go out there and qualify for the race.
Right.
That's your job. My job is to go out there, turn a circle, make the race, get a paycheck.
I suppose
that's what it is.
But like you said, there is no more starting parks. But But this old bastard is still out there.
And the bad thing with
I
that,
don't get it. And he's a moving chicane.
yes,
Right? He's not competing. He's just out there driving around.
he's competing with himself. That's all it is. He's competing with himself to make Jennifer Jo Cobb. That's another one, right?
Oh, yeah.
Jennifer Jo Cobb. If anybody don't know who Jennifer Jo Cobb is, she races in the Craftsman truck or what Camping World trucks now. She races the truck series. I can't keep up with all these damn changes, but this race, when they called out her name, she started 31st, and I'm like, oh, she's gonna be a lap down by lap 10, and it was lap 7 when she went a lap down. Yeah. She sucks, but she fields a car, and she's probably making a decent living at it. And it kind of makes you wonder too. You're like, okay, well, because she's a weapon. I mean, she is a rolling time bomb at any given time. Wasn't she the one that was involved in that K&N wreck? Where, do you remember when that car was sitting for like 30 seconds right down the middle of the track? And she came flying in there at full tits and freaking T-boned the frick out of.
I don't remember that. Was it ARCA maybe?
It could have been ARCA, because
I know that kind of thing happens all the time in the ARCA series.
And then that's when they made him put that big ass yellow light on the dash.
Oh, on the dash, yeah.
So these goofballs could go, oh, hey, caution's out. I better slow down.
Hey, caution's out. Yeah, forget about what the spotter's saying.
But yeah, that car was sitting there. I think it was her, and it was a good time that car was sitting there, and it just spun, like blew a tire and just spun, but something happened. The motor was dead and couldn't get it going. And here comes this freaking car, full tits, boom, boom. Yeah, there's those moving targets out there that.
Yeah, I just couldn't believe it, man. I couldn't believe it. I was just sitting there and I saw that black car go by the screen, or I saw the leader lap him or something, and I'm like, what in the hell?
Well,
guys still out here?
Well, how many times do you see it, like Jeff Green or Derek Cope's every weekend? He deals out there every weekend. But yeah, you start seeing those names, you're like, oh, why retire? But if you're making that much money doing it, what would you rather do? Go to work every Monday, or?
Well, yeah.
I mean,
I could see that. I could see that aspect of it.
I mean, if you can make that much money from it and just have a car thrown together, just good enough to do that. But now they stopped that starting park thing that they say you have to complete under your own power. Like if you get in a wreck or your motor's blown or something like that, it is what it is. But if your car is drivable, you have to be out on the track. Something to that effect. So now you got to pay for a pit crew and get some decent people in there. But still, I mean, you make some money at that. But I know what you're saying.
I'm looking at the Xfinity results right there. Dude finished 25th.
Hey, that's another thing.
9 laps down.
9 laps down. Finished 25th out of. They start 35 cars in Infinity.
No, they start 40.
They start 40 cars.
Yep.
So if you could turn circles and people are wrecking out, the competitors are wrecking out, blown motors or whatever, and you finish 25th, that's a pretty decent paycheck.
Right.
You need to go see what the actual payout is.
Yeah, I'm just seeing where they finish in points. It doesn't show the payout.
Probably got $25,000 for that.
Yeah, maybe.
So that probably, fuel, tires, pit crew, traveling. Let's just say that's $8,000, $9,000, $10,000. Because they're not paying for any great talent. They, buddies and shit like that drinking beer for a pit crew.
Right.
I don't know. One of these days, one of them old fuckers are going to get on there and set the pole, sit on the pole.
It's funny too because you did say Jeff Green, and he finished 40th. He's still out there.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Oh wait. Here's another one for you. Who else would come to mind? Right? Here's a name for you. 38th place. What do you think about people like that that've been out there too long, forever. What other name comes to mind?
Oh, that starts with the M.
Yep.
Not Musgrave.
Morgan
Shepherd.
38.
Yes.
Yep. Another one.
That dude's at least 90 years old.
Another one. Yeah.
Then he used to have the car.
But at least Morgan Shepherd usually has sponsors on his car.
Well, he had
That's my point to the whole thing.
Drive for Jesus or whatever he puts on there.
Yeah, something. I don't know, some church throwing him a bone or something. But like I said, Harmon, come on, nothing.
Right?
Nothing.
Yeah, who needs sponsors?
Yeah.
You get a good finish. There's your sponsor. You just paid for the next trip. Yeah, next.
I mean, we just got done talking about the truck team that just shut down operations, right?
Right.
They had good drivers, good equipment. They had some sponsors.
Mm-hmm.
Which Harmon's got nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It makes no sense.
Yeah, and those two drivers are still looking for a ride.
I'm telling you, that dude won some Florida Powerball or something.
I bet you his trailer goes behind his RV.
Window. Don't tell anybody.
I bet you that old boy has his traveling hauler is his RV and a trailer, like a 2-car trailer. And they put all their shit in that and travel around, and it smells like ass, cigarettes, and whiskey in that RV. Yeah. Oh shit! All right. Anything else, or we good?
Yeah, one other note. We hit something, right? Since last time we did a show.
What's that?
Didn't we hit something this week or what?
Yeah, no, we did. We hit 100 subs. That's pretty awesome. And
100
it's
subs on YouTube.
I think it's up to 110,
109.
109.
I was just looking at it.
Yeah, if anybody's watching this, thank you. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, appreciate it.
That
might call for another giveaway pretty soon.
Getting close. I don't know.
We might need to do a giveaway on one of these Sunday nights.
I'd like to do. Well, if that's the case, I'm entering because I'll take my 1 out of 3 chance for live watching.
I got just as good a shot.
Exactly. No, I'd like to maybe do another giveaway. Maybe do a 200 subscription giveaway.
Right.
I mean, I know. I think that's doable. 200. Yeah. Let's say 90 subs.
We got to start pumping out some more videos.
Dude, I got to get on that. The footage from this weekend, I was thinking about doing a video from this weekend because I do got the footage. I got the footage from us driving. I got the footage.
I got some.
And you got the footage, so maybe we'll do something, a nice 4-minute one on how happy we are going there and then how sad we are when we left. Although, no, I didn't have the camera on when we were driving there, so. But I had it on when we left that joint. But yeah, get a couple more videos out there. Maybe think about doing another giveaway. If you're watching this, tell your buddies. We're trying.
There's three watching right now.
Still watching.
Obviously, I'm one of them. So if you haven't pulled it up yet, there's 2 people watching this.
Oh, I have it pulled up. It's just on my other screen. It's minimized. I don't.
Oh well, then.
But I'm watching my. I have a different. My channel's showing all the stuff on it. So you're actually watching it.
Yep.
So
it's 3 watching now.
So I'm not. Well, thank you forever.
Maybe the Tackle Boys are still there. I don't know. It's too bad it won't tell you who's watching like the Facebook does.
Oh yeah. We should try and do a simulcast too. We'll try and do like a Facebook Live and YouTube Live at the same time.
Yeah, figure out if you could pump this signal into the Facebook.
Yeah, I think you can. I know some people do it, but I think the Facebook is an hour.
Yeah.
So they only give you the hour to do it, but we try and stick around that hour. I would say the last couple minutes, the last 20 minutes of our broadcasts are probably the best because that's where you start hearing the rants and raves. Right. That's where you start hearing the raw.
The Butch Harmons.
The raw. And we're trying not to cuss as much.
Yeah.
I think you did really good. I don't think I heard one naughty word from you tonight.
Sometimes it slips out.
I
got to work on it when I'm fishing. That's the problem.
I can't do it when I'm fishing. My emotions take over.
Right. Yep.
You know, I don't know. I try to say freak, but I mean, it just doesn't have the same impact.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Freak,
Understand.
freak you, freak me, freak you. That doesn't work out. You know,
Right.
you bust out the hard 4-letter word, then
Yeah.
it got a little bit more impact. But no, yeah, that was a good one. This is a good weekend. And I think next weekend the weather's supposed to be crap, by the way.
Shocker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course it is.
Well, it's supposed to be like total crap, like today was. Today was absolute garbage.
All right, well,
So I will.
guess that wraps it up. We did about an hour 25 almost.
Yeah, we had him out there. So, all right.
So whoever else is watching, appreciate you guys showing up. Whoever it is. Glad that you checked us out.
They probably turned it on and then went to bed.
Left it on in the background.
Yeah, maybe even if it's not. No, they probably turned it down. They're like, oh man, these guys seem cool, but I'm just gonna turn it on and go to sleep. I'm not gonna. I don't want to listen to these two turds talk.
Now they're talking about racing again.
Racing. No, we actually did pretty good. We talked a lot of fishing.
Yeah.
But like I said, this is more of a show of like when you're fishing with your buddy and you're just BSing the whole time. That's what this is.
Yeah.
That's what this is. So, I mean, hell, but we won't talk politics. That's not going to happen. That's too personal. People get all
More
butthurt.
politics, yeah, you just jump on Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook.
Yeah, see, we better go or we're going to keep on
Yep,
going.
and
it hasn't even got the football season yet.
oh yeah, I can't wait. I'm honestly, I'm itching for it. I've been starting to listen to some football talk on the satellite.
Yeah.
It's coming. All right, everybody. Well, we're out of here. So peace out.
All right.
Have a good
See
one.
you guys next week.
We're gonna throw the outro.